It's a smell that I don't like going on right now. We gotta fix. Let's see what's happening. I'm about to call you right now. Just setting something up. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for real quick. I'm trying to find records. One second. All right, let's do it.
Hey,
There it is. We on. Good morning again. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Let me turn you up. Make sure I got you in here. Good, nice and loud.
Let me turn you up too.
Oh man. I'm actually going to a game in a little while. My boys is out here playing, so I'm gonna go to the Niner and Raider game in a little while. Um, recovering from last night. Had a couple drinks, tried to enjoy life a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I'm trying to recover too. They're already at the game. I'm supposed to be watching it, but yeah, I'm tired.
okay. Um, well, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for coming on and chit chatting with me. For those who don't know, Miss Micka over here is somebody that I've known for a very, very long time. I don't know how many years it's been. I kind of know how we met. We could probably talk about that on another show. But I know we've been cool for a long time. Thick as thieves, really, really a good friend of mine. And throughout the course of time, watching both of us grow, you watch me grow, I watch you grow, and seeing where you are right now, what you're doing. I said this to you the other day, but I'm super proud of you, and I'm really, really happy for you because you're doing something that you love. And it's hard to find that nowadays. A lot of people still stuck. So shout out to you for that. Let me get another drink. And so yeah, we're gonna do it like this. With all of that being said, everybody, happy New Year. Y'all know who I am, Coach Lloyd, Mr. CMP. We're doing something this month. We're doing something called Stretch Me January. Basically, where we're gonna be doing stretching. We're talking about stretching. We're talking about mobility. We're talking about my bad. Hold on. We're talking about being limber and doing things like that. So every year, every month, I have some type of themed exercise or something like that going on. This month is obviously Stretch Me January. We're going to get into this. The main thing before you get started with all workouts has to do with something with that. So in the midst of doing that over the past couple of years, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I want to do something different. What can I do? I hit up my friend, knowing what she has going on, and she agreed to be a part of it. So actually, she's going to be, I would say, a guest trainer, a guest coach, teaching a couple sessions this month. For anybody interested in taking a part of these sessions, they're going to be on Zoom. So hit me up for the information. Use the hashtag StretchMeJanuary, and I can get you locked in for that. With all of that being said, I want to introduce my good friend, my buddy, my pal, my dancing partner. I'm definitely call you my dancing partner. I wanna call you like, cause I had you on my phone saved for so many years, like Mama Micka, Miss Micka, like that was the name of my phone for so long. So I'm gonna just say Miss Micka is here to talk a little bit about what she does and how she got it and all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk.
All right, so I literally, yeah, me and Noy met a long time ago in Vegas and been friends ever since. And so I actually have like danced my whole life. And then, went to college, continued dancing. From there, kind of, stopped dancing for a little bit. And then I moved to Texas and I was like, ugh, your girl got to get back in shape. Well, I tried them little ballet modern classes again. It just wasn't it for me. It just was not it. Nope, and not with the 12-year-old lumber kids. And so from there, I walked into a pole dance and fitness studio and never walked out. I've been teaching, training. I have been, I've been teaching, training, and now I own my own pole studio, which is Prestige Pole and Movement out in Katy, Texas. I own that with my business partner. And so we opened that up in August. But in between, I'm forever training contortion, or I'm actually training myself and stretching. I've actually gone to school and studied dance. And then I've got multiple certifications with teaching pole dance and fitness. And so I've been pole dancing for 10 years. I've been teaching since 2016. So been pretty consistent with it. But, most recently we've gotten on this where we are super, super focused on like active flexibility as well as mobility. And in my studio, it's not called flexibility. My studio is called pliability, which is trademarked for us, which we're also writing a program with that in my studio at Prestige Pole and Movement. I got a couple students on this live that's popped in as well. They can tell you about how their flexibility journey has.
Appreciate y'all students for popping in. Thank you.
And so, yeah, with that, you notice that usually with flexibility, most people, when they stretch, they're like, oh, I'm super flexible. But the day after, they're sore, or the day after, they can barely touch their toes. With the flexibility we do, it's more of you're activating your muscles. So you're really making sure that those muscles are engaged. Because even when you're passive stretching, you still got to activate those muscles. But a lot of people think that you're just supposed to lax into it, which kind of stretches your muscles and that don't allow them to recoil back. So they get really, really hyper flexible, which isn't a good thing. Hyper flexibility can cause a lot of injuries and a lot of things because your muscles don't know how to recoil back. So we really push mobility because your joints have to be mobile, as well as we push a lot of active engagement of your muscles with stretching.
I'm so listening to you, and I don't know why, because the way that my brain works, I remember you telling me you were going to get into this. I remember you telling me like like your first competition, or like when you were just like, yo, no, I think I'm going to do this, and yada yada yada. So to hear you talk right now, man, you really don't know how happy I am. Like inside is like a little sunshine, just like bouncing off, man. So I'm really really happy for that. How has it been? Like, what's one of the biggest misconceptions that you feel that you're dealing with in this industry in regards to excuse me, people assuming it's one thing and it's not, or maybe there's somebody who feels like they're not going to be able to take the class for whatever reason, like, oh, I don't have any upper body strength, or XYZ. What would you say to that?
So like there's like 3 or 4 different misconceptions. So like with pole dance and fitness, most people think, oh my God, it's pole dance and fitness. You're stripping, you're doing this for your man, you're doing this.
That's
like,
what I thought. When you told me you was getting pole dancing, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. How did we get to this? It ain't that bad, sis. Come on. We can bring it back.
And so like a lot of the times I have to tell people, I'm like, now, don't get me wrong. Micka likes going to the strip club and I support my strippers. Baby, we lay money on the floor, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for pole dance and fitness. So for me, it's more of a exercise. It's more of keeping my body healthy, keeping me healthy. You know what I'm saying? And so I like moving my body. I might like to move my body and curl and sway my hips a little sexual, and that's okay. You know, we created a safe space. You know, we tried to create a safe space where women are allowed to touch their butt, or they allowed to touch their breasts and be like, oh, these are mine. You know what I'm saying? Like so many times in the outside world, women are told you shouldn't wear that or you can't wear that, you know, and most women cut down other women, which is not what we stand for at all. We support each other. We try to lift each other up. You know, we try to empower them. And so that's a lot of what we do at my studio is really about empowering the women, letting them step in back into themselves, because most women have become moms, or moms, wives, workers. You know, they got to come home, cook and clean. And baby, you know what they used to do in their 20s where they could roll the hip. They like, girl, I can't even move no more. So we kind of help them step back into who they are and help them step back into their feminine body. So it's
Feel
really about them
sexy again and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so we help them step back into their feminine body. And like a lot of people, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, they're just doing stripper. No, I mean, most of the time, if they want to wear a thong, they can wear a thong. I don't care. Just, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's whatever they feel comfortable wearing, you know.
I will not be wearing any thongs during these sessions, ladies and gentlemen. Don't have to worry about that. Yeah, coach is not going to be doing anything remotely like that. We went through a session last week. I'm not going to front. There were a couple movements that did have me feeling some type of way, but I was able to put my, you know, machismo aside and focus on the exercise and what I was trying to get out of it. So ultimately, definitely was good. I definitely felt sore, and not in a bad way, just muscles that were there that I maybe haven't talked to in a while. So I'm definitely thankful for that. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Yeah, I'm super excited. This whole entire process, watching you, you know, along myself, just you know, growing and trying to come up with new ways to attract the people and you know get them engaged and really take something that you believe on the inside and implement that. And when you see people, you know, becoming better, more flexible, they're able to do things that they weren't doing before. I know, you know, for you that has to be something that's really fulfilling.
Yes.
And then you know, moving in with your new location, just that whole entire vibe. My question for you would be, since you've been doing this, you know, kind of like the location is fairly new, right? We're still new, kind of like 2-3 months, something like that, right?
Yeah, we opened August 20 of 2022.
Yeah. We gonna still be new for the whole year.
Yeah. And so,
Um,
I mean,
so
I tell people,
go ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I tell people all the time. So like my stage name is Jade Sphinx, which is what you're like this Instagram, right? But you know, in class, like everybody's like, oh, Micka, right? I told some of my students they had no earthly idea. Before I go on stage, my palms are sweating. Now I compete. So I compete in pole dance and fitness competition. I've won, I've placed. So like I do all of that, you know, and my pole duo, she's Mo with Rain with Sexy Pole Vixen and Rain, right? I literally, before I go on and perform, my palms are sweating. I have to pee like 6 times before I go on stage. Like people have no idea because when I step on stage, I'm like, boom, I'm here, right? But before in the back, palms
Yeah.
are sweating. I got to go pee like 6 times. So, but when you go on stage, that music turns on, is like an empowering, and I'm just like, boom, I'm on.
How have you been able? How have you been able to? Let me ask the question this way: what has been your process for adding music to these sessions and working with the music? Because with your island background, and you know you're just natural. You know, I like to dance. I like to dance. Music plays a factor, and in doing you know what we're doing, whether it be you know upbeat, slow, you know whatever, up tempos, you know slow tempo, whatever, you're able to get that in there. So you know how does that operate for you with you know adding music to your sessions?
So we're adding music to my session. So depending on what we're working on, right? We're adding music to my sessions. I tell people all the time, you know, if I have like a move that I want you to get into, I'm gonna give you a song that you can sing along to, or a song that takes you to a place that you're not thinking about the torture I'm putting you through, right? So like if we're stretching the middle stood and I'm telling you to hold it open, or if I'm telling you to lean forward in your pancake, you're as opposed to you thinking, oh my God, this hurts so bad, you start listening to the music and then you give a little sway, you engage your butt muscle, and you're able to get deeper. When you have it and it's just silence, it allows your brain to scream like, no, I'm not doing this. And then you're ready to bail out of it. Like literally, my students can tell you, they literally, I'm like, let's turn some music on so that y'all can breathe. And so that you guys have the ability to like literally like rest into it or stretch into it. And it's not more of a rest. It's like when you're activating that muscle, you can get into it, but you're not freaking yourself out and you're not screaming at yourself like, I got to come out. Because your brain is going to scream at you when you get to your max point, and it's going to tell you, I got to come out, I got to come out, I got to come out. But if you take a deep breath in, breathe out, exhale slowly, listen to the music, you can hold it a little longer.
Yeah, I had a lot of problem with the breathing. Now we're gonna get in on that. And for those of you out there watching, I had very minimal tools: a yoga mat, a couple of blocks. We have 3 sessions scheduled, so I'm gonna assume within those 3, scheduled sessions, whoever wants to jump in and kick in. If you have those pieces of equipment, great. But it wasn't mandatory. I'm super stiff, so I need all the help that I can get. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I definitely love the playlist. I'm gonna give the playlist a shout out. Everybody out there watching, I'm gonna say this because I'm someone who also incorporates a ton of music. That is a part of my job, constantly listening to music and trying to update it for the different things that we're doing. It is work trying to get the right songs in the right session to do the right thing. And hopefully, depending on 10 people, 15, whatever the amount of people is, you're hoping you get a record that can at least cover the surface and get people engaged where they're not hating the song. I'm very, in my classes, I'm not rude or mean, but don't ask me to change songs. Don't ask me to add anything. Don't ask me to skip. We're not doing none of that in here. We just gonna play the record. So that's how I am when it comes to my music. So I'm definitely going to mention the playlist. I'm going to give that a shout out. Anybody taking the class, if you're on Spotify or whatever service you have, we could definitely shoot you a playlist so that way you can feel even more a part of the session. I'm trying to think, am I missing anything? So we covered kind of the background and whatnot. New location. Am I missing anything? You know what? This is what I wanted to ask you, and I don't think I've ever asked you this before. So in the field that we're in right now, in what you're doing, this is my question to you. So I have right now, thus far, I want to say what is your biggest regret, but I don't really want to word it that way. What I would rather say is where you are right now, what would you tell someone who is not where you are, who might be looking at this, who might attend the class, who might be at that point where they're like, you know what, I think I might want to do this. What would you tell them?
I would say go ahead and do it. I was like, there's no hold back. So like, a lot of people when they think of pole or when they think of fitness or when they think of anything exercise, they like, I got to get in shape first before I can do it. No, you get in shape by doing it. And so I've had students that I remember when I first started polling, I used to look at my pole mama and be like, I want to be able to do that. She was like, oh, you'll be able to do that in months. I thought she was kidding, but I was able to do it because your body gets used to the using those muscles that you get stronger. So if they ever feel like I want to do this, just do it. Like honestly, to be truthfully honest, for me and my business partner now, I'll tell you, it took us a year and a half to find the perfect place. It took us a year and a half during COVID to find the perfect place to open up a studio. I wish we would have looked earlier before COVID. I wish that back in the days when me and her were talking about it, that we just said, fuck it, let's do it. Because I feel like I feel like there's gifts that everyone has, and you have to use it and you have to share it with the world. So if you have that gift, yes, my schedule is crazy busy. You know, I have a regular job. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, you know, and then I own a pole studio that I also teach at. So it's almost like trying to create time and space for yourself, you know. And I told my business partner, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I was like, we got to collabs and stuff like that. But it's so difficult trying to find that time. But at the same time, you want to share that with everybody because you want people to move. You want people to be healthy. You don't want people to just sit on the couch all day. Their body gets stiff. They're breaking down by the age of 40. No, you want to be 40 and fabulous, or you want to be 50 and fabulous, or you want to be 60 and
Yeah,
fabulous. Like
yeah,
the older you get, what it should have say, age like fine wine is what you want people to do.
yeah. I love that. Yo, I love that right there, man. I'm pretty much out of questions, man. I want to ask you, without putting too much pressure on you, you know, obviously it's a new year, it's a new calendar year and whatnot. Um, do you have specific things that you want? Whoa, what happened? Did we lose you? Did I lose you? I should get up and do a dance right now. Let me see if she's gonna call back. I might have lost her. Boom. So anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Okay,
Oh,
you
I'm
back.
back. I'm sorry. I think I
So,
swiped on my phone.
no, I actually wanted to end on that note, but the last question that I think that I wanted to ask you, and you can tell you're passionate about what you're doing. This is something you not only went to school, but you've gone through the process, so you can speak for people who thinking about competing, thinking about giving it a try, thinking about starting their own business, anything. You kind of covered all of those different things in the phase of what you've done. This year, new year, we're just getting ready to get started. I don't really do resolutions and stuff like that. I always tell myself, I just want to be better than I was yesterday. I would like to do better this year than I did last year. I have specific things that I would like to accomplish in regards to just being a better human being. So that's kind of how I operate. And my question to you is, do you have anything that you are definitely in the works trying to do for this year? Maybe coming to Vegas doing a pole class. Maybe we meet up in Miami. Maybe we go to Bermuda. You know, talk about we can get it. We can really have some fun with this thing. So, you know, what's the plan for this coming year?
So currently, like the plan for this year, I know I definitely want to travel a little bit more,
Okay.
but I guess my one of my biggest focus is just really making sure that Prestige Polar Movement gets off, and it's like
Good. Okay.
it's running really really good, functioning really really good, giving my
Okay.
clientele what they need. But I also want to still be able to have that reach in different areas and different part of the world. But you know, I got to take care of home first.
Of course.
Um,
Of course. Of
so
course.
I would definitely say, like, I wouldn't mind coming to Vegas. You know, I'm always down to come to Vegas, and I can do an in-person stretch or in-person pole class. If you got like a little pole, you know, I don't really want to travel with it, but if I have to, I will. You know.
Nah, we'll figure it out. We'll see what goes on, and then we'll definitely try to make something happen. You know, we always willing to work with people who like to work. So, um, if any of those things on your list, if we can help in any way possible, you know, we're definitely going to do that. Yeah, you know, thank you for taking the time today. I wish you nothing but, you know, success and blessings and all of that good stuff. And I think that's it, man. If you want to go ahead and plug the Instagram and do all the, you know, the rapper shout out, go right ahead and shoot it out to them. And I'm going to shut it down, and there you go.
All right. So if they are interested in our pole studio, it is at prestige underscore pole underscore and movement. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Prestige Pole and Movement. If you want to see pole duo stuff, me and my business partner will be back at it again this year in between our busy, hectic life. And you can catch us at Sexy Pole, Vixen, and Rain. And of course, if you want to see me stretching and flexing my life away, you can follow me at Jade Sphinx _10. And you can reach out to us, DM. There's contact ways and information on our link trees on all of these Instagrams.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you heard it from the pole master herself. I'm just gonna call you the pole master or something.
Not
like
master yet. I gotta get back.
Yeah. So there it is, y'all. The first one is kicking off. I want to say Tuesday at 8 a.m. We got the dates. I'm gonna put the dates out there in a little bit, but if you're interested, the Zoom link will be available. Miss Micka will definitely be able to get that to you. Anyone who wants to check it out, get your feet wet and find out what's going on. Thank you for being the guest trainer for Cardio Kings for Stretch Me January. Definitely appreciate it. Hopefully everybody has a good time and learns something and walks away feeling a lot better and kicks the new year off the right way. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching this. Micka, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you on Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday. Bye.
Peace.